As I know my worth.
So, John, you're not really looking for tradition because you said in an ideal world you would desire 3 women. So, would you consider that a traditional relationship?
I would want 3 women. But if I can find one that has it all, I would accept that too. But from what I'm seeing, it seems like women, they either don't have it all. It's just like a lot of women today. They'll date a man. One man probably can give them the Pookie demon dick, and this man got the money and the bills, but he just lame. Okay, a woman, you gotta have the book smarts and you gotta have the street smarts. You gotta be a combination of everything. That's the 7 spirits of God. Humility. A man has to. It's deep, but again, you gotta know your worth and just know the powers that God gives you when He reveals it.
Okay, what are your deal breakers?
A whore. I hate whores. They're fun to kick it with, but as far as wifing or being a woman, because again, a woman that's a whore doesn't know her worth. Because every time a man sticks his penis in you, he's sticking a key in a lock, and he's unlocking things in your portal, and his demons exchanges onto you. So a woman has to know her worth, and if you're selling yourself for less and giving your vagina away, I know you don't know your worth.
And here we are about to start our feminist modern woman rant by Kendra G. Look at her. She got her hand up.
She was making faces at the whore comment. I don't know what he said. He doesn't. His deal breaker was a whore, and she was incredulous. I don't know why, but anyway, proceed. I'm just lost. She was triggered.
So this is why we brought this video to you. Kendra G goes on a completely feminist rant against this brother. Now, this brother got his own faults that we might get into on this video, but this was a very interesting exchange here,
folks.
Wow, they're like on 2 polar opposites sides.
Yeah.
He's like super red pill. I don't even know if that's considered red pill, but I mean like super.
He's been reading the red pill pamphlets. Right. I don't know how red pill he is.
Yeah, I don't know. But he's like somewhere in that camp. And she is super modern woman, super feminist. So they're battling here. Yeah. So let's continue.
So that's the first one. Yes.
John, I'm gonna let you continue, but there's people watching this right now that will call you a whore because you're on record saying you wish you could have 3 women that could all be on the same page, which means you would have 3 women that you're having sex with, and some people would say that's whore behavior.
Well, how am I a whore? For one, whores do things in secret. I'm being open. I'm literally telling you.
So if a woman, let me ask you this: if a woman had 3 men in public, you wouldn't consider her a whore?
The difference is 3 women. A woman wouldn't do that in public. She would do it in secret. See, this is the difference. I'm not doing my.
But she does it in secret because she gets judged. So I'm asking you clearly: if a woman had openly 3 men that she was sleeping with, would that be a whore to you?
Yes.
So, but if a man does it, it's not a whore to you because that's what you're requesting.
See, here's what you got. This is what you're doing wrong, Kendra. You're trying to make men and women the same.
Hold on, real quick, John. Hold on. I'm asking you questions. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No,
I'm trying to understand your answer. So a question is not wrong. And I'm gonna let you continue, but it is a double standard because if a woman openly dated a man if a woman dated 3 men publicly, you would consider her a whore. If a man did it, you would not consider him a whore. Now it could be. Listen, I know you have your reasons for it, but that is what you're saying.
It's a bad faith question because no woman is going to be in public with 3 men like that and not get shamed. When a man has 3 beautiful women on his arm, that's status, that shows. That's a 1% man that can have 3 beautiful women in public. It's a difference. That's why I'm trying to
jump in as a woman who I'm gonna pop my shit. Okay, that does very well financially. I don't look at men with 3 beautiful women and say that's a high value man. So that's not true. Every woman is not looking at a man. Some women look at it as an insecurity because he needs so many women to be validated. So yes, there's some people, men kind of rock with that, but it's not a perception automatically accepted as a good thing for everyone. Now, if that is your perception, I can honor that. But you can't say a man showing up with 3 women automatically is looked at as a great guy. I mean, there's plenty of men that have a lot of women. I look at them as losers.
I didn't say great guy. I said successful with showing status. A man that can have 3, look, a man that can come with 3 Beyoncés.
And with that, he's triggered, you know, he said the magic word. But let me touch on what he said prior. What he was trying to tell her, she just can't. I mean, she seems to be a smart woman. She's successful. She's got all these great things going on. But in her mind, she just can't come to terms with the concept that men and women are not one for one, and they're not judged on the same merit. Like, she says she gonna pop her shit, and she does very successful for herself. And the brother, his face was perfect. It was like, and like, that doesn't, what does that mean? Like, you're not judged. But Kendra, if you didn't have anything and you were the same woman that you know present yourself to be in character, it wouldn't knock you. It's not like nobody, well, I'm not gonna say nobody's gonna deal with you because of your status, but you're gonna get a certain kind of treatment. Men and women are not judged one for one equally. Men's things that men do may look a certain kind of way, and the things that women do are going to look a different way. They are not one for one the same. And when he said that, this is true. This rings true in so many walks of life. And women who fight this tend to be on the masculine side. They want to do the things that men do and get the same look. Like, you ever heard the Ciara song, Like a Boy? It's kind of one of those kind of situations. But he's absolutely right. But he said the magic word. So the triggering process, if you thought she was triggered before, she's really triggered now. He said Beyonce. So we know where that comes. Queen, please.
So just look at her face right here. Like,
snarling.
Yeah, the feminist, the hyena is ready to come out. Like, this is hyena. Kendra is a hyena. Yeah, I said it.
Very much so.
She in the boneyard.
She just missing the baby daddies and that
right.
part of it.
But she on the boss chick spectrum of the hyena. Like, that's where she's at. So why are y'all wanting to be whores though? Is my question. Why do you advocate? Well, men can sleep around with 3 women and not be called a whore. Why do you as a woman want to sleep around with 3 men and not be called a whore? You a hoe.
That's
you
unnatural.
A whore.
It's unnatural. It's not natural for women to have a conquering spirit and have, I want to do X amount of dinos and all that. There's a deficiency there. Women are more inclined to pair bond and be with one person. Like, I don't think that this is natural woman behavior. Y'all just want to act like this.
You want 3 men on your arm?
How would that even look?
You sleeping with 3 men at the same time. That's nasty, to be honest. That's really nasty.
And again, what you said is perfect. The brother said it's nasty, but she took it out on him like this is his rules or his judgment. No, this is society. This is structure. In the structure and order of things, you would be looked at as nasty. He didn't create the structure. He didn't say that. Thank you. It's not his idea or something that he drew up. It's just the truth. But she wants to rally against this so hard, and it just comes out, and she gets into these moments, and her feminism just goes haywire. Like, it's terrible.
So we're about to touch on Beyonce. Here we go.
You gotta ask, what is this man doing differently that he can get 3? It's already hard to get 1, but if you come with 3, you look at this dude like, man, you gotta ask, what does he know?
Would never have 3 Beyoncés though. He might have 3 beautiful women, but he wouldn't have 3 Beyoncés.
If I'm Jay-Z and I'm an intelligent man, the woman becomes my rib or a part of me. She becomes what I am. So if I'm teaching her, I elevate her. So there will be 3
Does
Beyonce.
Jay-Z have 3 Beyonces?
He chooses to only have one, but if Jay-Z wanted to get another woman and basically
then he would lose Beyonce in the process. That's already on record.
But it won't matter because
so therefore he wouldn't have 3 Beyonces. He would have he can have 3. Listen, I'm saying this because Beyonce is a made woman, successful woman, has a lot of money. She's not an average woman. She's not just a pretty face. So yes, could a man have 3 beautiful women? Absolutely. But is a man gonna have 3? The mindset of a Beyonce is not gonna show up with Jay-Z and 2 other women and stand proud by that. Beyonce way. I'm not talking about beautiful face. Beautiful face, and there's all different slices of women.
Can I say something?
Of course you can.
What was Beyonce before Jay-Z? Well, she was just with Destiny Child. She was getting outsang by Beyonce was. I understand. I know the Beehive gonna come for me for this, but
you are in.
We gotta ask ourselves this: what's right is right, and wrong was wrong. Jay-Z put his sauce on Beyonce. Look what Beyonce was before Jay-Z. And I want y'all to.
Jay-Z was before Beyonce. I think they're a perfect example of. First of all, here's the deal. They're a perfect example of when 2 people who are doing well in their own lives and growing together, what magic can happen. I do not negate that Jay-Z and even Beyonce's on record saying that Jay-Z helped her become a better woman. So you don't get no pushback there. But to sit up here and say that Jay-Z would be the man he is today without Beyonce, I won't agree to that. And honestly, I don't think Jay-Z agrees to that because why marry her? Jay-Z's a whole billionaire. He has no need to just have a wife, but he married her because she's a made woman. She has her own success. She could be in the same rooms, not because she's married to him. She lacks nothing. These are 2 very powerful people who came together and had children together. And if he, and I would say this, and if he agreed with your mindset, then he would be Future. He would be Drake. He would be a person without a wife and plenty of women. And that's just a fact.
Well, and again, Kendra. Oh, Kendra, can I add this too? I want to also tell you that, Kendra, I love you. And because I love you, your content and what you provided when I was going through that divorce, it was hard. But seeing your show, seeing your spirit, I knew God was still here. And that's what made me push. Because again, I was 400 pounds and I lost 170 pounds in 20 months. And if you go on my social media and stuff, I showed it like I was fat as fuck. And I had to take accountability. And once I took accountability, my life changed. So I want to thank you for that. And I'm very appreciative of your show. So I just wanted to let you know that.
I appreciate that.
So there was a lot that was said here. That, oh my God. Now, I love Beyonce, but I don't think I consider myself in the Beehive. I ain't going to war for no Beyonce. I ain't doing all that. That's just a regular woman. She ain't no goddess. She ain't above nobody. We need to stop that. That's a whole nother topic in video. Like I said, it's a lot that was said. Like, ooh, do you think Beyonce would have been Beyonce without Jay-Z? I guess let's pose that question.
Okay. Fair. That's a fair question, but I just think to a certain extent, I think you can't say it one way. She just said Beyonce would have been Beyonce without Jay-Z, but Jay-Z wouldn't have been Jay-Z without Beyonce. That in itself is just preposterous. For one, Jay-Z was already #1 platinum artist. Oh, you name it. He already did that prior to his encounter with Beyonce. Now, Beyonce, on the other hand, coming in later, being younger, we don't know exactly what she would have been because Jay-Z came in so early. Like he said before Jay-Z. So in the group, she was still a star. She was still a big entity, but she had no solo success because she had no solo albums. So we can't gauge that. So when she came out solo, yeah, she had Jay-Z, so that boosted her. Jay-Z is the one with the experience. So I would say, you might call me, I might be doing the masculine man thing and I think that Jay-Z imparted what he knew about the music industry and certain things like that. How do you get down? Mistakes he might have made already, and he helped her with that because just off experience. Jay-Z been in the game since the 90s. I mean, early 90s, late 80s, if you want to say that. Jay been around. Jay wasn't no new artist, new act. He wasn't floundering or struggling at all himself before that either. So that's where the feminism comes in. But on the flip side, like I said, now him, Jay-Z having Beyonce, I would say it helped him somewhat. But I couldn't say that if he didn't have Beyonce, he wouldn't be Jay-Z. Because if he wasn't Jay-Z, he wouldn't have Beyonce. If you caught my drift.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? She wasn't just going to some dude that was floundering, especially looking like that. Joe Camel, sorry, she wouldn't be over there if he wasn't Jay-Z. So Kendra, stop. Like, she's acting. We all know Jay-Z's not attractive. On a whole. Not, come on. So why would this beautiful woman, Beyonce, Kendra's the most beautiful woman in the world, the idol, why would she be over there with a less attractive, unsuccessful man? You tell me. If he couldn't do something for her, it's a two-way street. Okay? So to say one way without the other, I think that's disingenuous. But if you are going to say one way, you have to go with Jay-Z because he was already established beforehand. But her feminism won't let that be known. Oh, well, what was Jay-Z? Jay-Z was a platinum recording artist. Maybe he was in the running for one of the top artists. I have to go back to the timeline. But 2001, the Blueprint, Jay-Z was on top of the world. I remember that. Beyonce wasn't there. They did 03, Bonnie and Clyde. So you say 02, 03, Jay was already doing what Jay-Z was doing. Would he be a billionaire? That we don't know that, but he wasn't hurting. He didn't come in the rap game hurting. So again, feminism, he triggered the button. And excuse me, let's touch on this before we continue. The 3 Beyoncés. Well, it's not 3 Beyoncés, obviously. He's talking about the aesthetic. Like, really, what he mentioned was the aesthetic. He took the talent out. He said, talent aside, it's not too many women that could do what Beyonce do. It might not be nobody that could do what she do at this point in time. To give her props. I'm a fan of hers too. I respect her. I respect Jay-Z, but I'm not a zealot, and I'm not going to defend them at all cost in the Beehive. No, we far from that. No. But her talent is extreme. She's a one of one. Like, of course, you're not gonna have 3 Beyonce. He was just meaning the aesthetic, and that triggered her. So one more thing on this before we wrap this up. Again, Kendra feels you got to be equally yoked, and if you make this amount, you got to be with somebody who's this. So, as a woman, the more money you make, you're making it tougher on yourself if you got to subscribe to this type of logic. So, for instance, if you 500 milli up, you can't deal with somebody who's 5 mil or 10 mil. You need somebody who's got more than you, right? How many men running around here worth more than 500 million? Single. Like, come on now. Like, this is what this where we go again. Like, now, as a man, it opens up your options to have more money. As a woman, y'all got hypergamy and equally yoked and all this Kendra logic. It hurts you the more money you go up. It's going to be harder to find an equal, harder to find a partner. You're pricing yourself out the higher your money goes. As a man, my money goes higher. I'm just expanding my options because I don't look at it. This woman has to have 500 million, and we don't do that. So again, everything's not even when it comes to men and women. Please, let's continue.
I don't mind this dialogue. I think it's a teachable moment for all. And I think there's a lot of, listen, I'm not here to talk about your bank account, but have you ever touched $1 million in your life?
I never had it physically, but working will make it 100,000 for the last 10 years. Yeah, I've made 100.
And I know that, but I'm saying, have you ever had $1 million plus in your bank account at one time? No. Okay, fair enough. So I just say that I see a lot of conversation with people always speaking about men in that category, but they've never experienced that. That is my reality. That is my world. And one thing I have learned, a lot of times those men have so much to lose. They're not always a man with a mind in his head. he's not always just out here with women because he has so much to lose. You just can't sleep with anybody when you have so much money. You could lose it all. She could claim rape. You see what Diddy's going through. He's actually the guy that you described. Diddy's the one that always showed up with the beautiful girl. And right now, Diddy is being accused of all different types of sexual activities. Now, if he had a Beyonce, he wouldn't have to worry about those things. So I just think that when you talk about Beyonce, be clear in what you're talking about. She's not an
about Beyonce. When you talk about Beyonce, be clear.
Be clear. If Diddy had a Beyonce, that
it would just be a woman to be embarrassed by his antics. That wouldn't stop anything that he had going on. That's what I would see. If he was married or he had a woman, if Beyonce was his wife, I don't think that would stop his antics. His antics weren't because of a lack. I don't think that's, or excuse me, his alleged antics, what he's being accused of, I don't think that's because he lacks a Beyonce or Beyonce could have did anything to stop that.
No, that she
would
have been embarrassed.
Yeah, it would just been another celebrity to be dragged through the mud. That's all. It wouldn't. She's not magic now. Now she's the cure-all. Like she could cure cancer and stop famine and all this. That's not true.
Black girl magic.
Like, so please, like, Diddy was having fun, allegedly. Diddy likes to have fun. That's been documented. Allegedly, he's been having too much fun and doing a little bit, there's a little deviancy, supposed deviancy that he's been accused of. That wouldn't stop with anybody. Diddy has a great life too. He might not have Beyonce as his wife, but that you think he couldn't establish himself with a beautiful woman that's one of these talented, hanger-ons or something? I don't know. Well, that's a bad example. But again, the triggering, she said, this is my reality. Men can't sleep with anything. Yeah, you should, when you have a lot to lose, you should have a certain level of discipline within your PP and your financials and all that. You could lose everything outside of women. So the discipline should be there whether you have money or not. And because you have money and you have discipline, that's not going to lead you to a woman who has money. That doesn't push you towards women with money. She's just trying to grasp at straws and tie everything together, but it doesn't work. Her feminism is blinding her. She's like 5% right. Like most of these feminists, they're like 5% right and 95% deluded. So
average woman.
Kendra, hold on, wait, Kendra, man, you gonna have a beehive getting on me, Kendra.
The beehive, but what I think is the problem is y'all speak so much about a life y'all don't even know. And I mean, it's just the fact. That's why, I went low. I just said $1 million. I ain't go to 10 million. 5 million.
Kendra, why you gotta slap me like that? You gotta slap me like that. Oh,
I'm not trying. Listen, I'm not trying. I'm really hold on. Here's the deal. I'm really not trying to snap at you because I'm enjoying this conversation.
Me too.
But what I'm trying to educate is, yes, there's millionaires like Future. I'm just going to use celebrities because we know what we're talking about, right? Mm-hmm. But there's plenty of millionaires, like you said, you described, Diddy, Drake, Future. We can name so many people that have plenty of women and never have wives. And we can challenge who we think is more successful, who is a better man. I just think that when you try to say Beyonce as an average girl, you kind of lost me there. But
see, no, Kendra, we gotta clear that up. I can't let you do that because you making straw mans and saying stuff I didn't say. I didn't say Beyonce was an average woman.
If I misunderstood you, I will give you that, and then we'll keep going.
All right, we gotta walk this back, Kendra. Okay, now look, what I'm telling you was Jay-Z was gonna be a billionaire with or without Beyonce. Jay-Z actually wanted Aaliyah. Okay, Beyonce wouldn't be who she was if Aaliyah didn't pass away. Well, let's just keep that 100 because Aaliyah can outsing Beyonce. She was better in all aspects. Beyonce don't write all her songs and her music. And that's clear. Okay, we have good performers. Beyonce is one of the best performers we've seen. I'm not taking anything away from B, but I am telling you, writing, the art of writing, content creation, the soul, the spirit, is something different. Neo wrote a lot of her hits as well, and I'm not taking anything from B, but I'm telling you it's different when you write your own stuff.
We're not gonna sit up here and act like Beyonce can't blow. We not gonna do that, sir. Beyonce, I know that people compare Beyonce and Aaliyah, but unfortunately we never got to see the true potential of what Aaliyah could have done, you know. And we just let them be great in their own right? Why do we got to compare them?
And if we're going to have a comparison, let's have a fair comparison.
Yeah,
baby girl is gone. Okay.
Yeah,
and we could rewrite history and say that, you know, what he said was Neo wrote a lot of her hits and she doesn't write her own stuff. Well, neither did Aaliyah, my man.
Right.
Like we could go down the list of who assisted her and wrote. The Aura wrote the first album. Timbaland and Missy took over from there. Yeah. So, I mean, not to say I'm not trying to disrespect her talent, but you can't say that she does it and then she doesn't do it when she does. Maybe he did want Beyonce. I mean, he did want Aaliyah. I don't remember that. I was outside. I don't remember all of that. Like, I don't remember this time of him chasing Aaliyah down, and I just don't remember that. So maybe I missed something. But if you're going to compare them, you have to have a fair comparison. We can't take one part of it and say, oh, no, she does this and she doesn't do that. They both do that. They're both great artists, both hella talented. Beyonce would have been a star, celebrity rank. Her talent would shine through regardless if she was married, unless she did something to compromise herself. As long as she stood on the same path that she was on, she was going to be a star, celebrity, and all that too.
Let me just say this, and we're going to move forward. We're really going to move forward. But I saw 19 Keys is a guy I know in real life. He's a personal friend. He's so amazing. He's so literally amazing as a human man. And he said this, I literally saw this on his face today. And I think it will clarify the point I'm trying to make, because you just said Jay-Z was going to be a billionaire regardless of if he ever got with Beyonce. Let me just play this clip and we're going to stay focused on our show. But I think it's too perfect to go along with this conversation.
Great women are chosen.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
When great men are chosen, great women are chosen to accompany them. And you can put that in whichever order you would like to, right? Think about the great men that we know, great women, right, that we know that accompanied them. Come on. The man was chosen by God, and so was the woman. Yes. Right? It's why Jonathan Major is so obsessed with the But it's true. Coretta was just as great as Martin. Like I said, you know, Betty Shabazz is just as great
like a Coretta.
And I think I've always had this thought that's the missing seed. Yes. Right? It's like, how can you recognize the man and not the woman at the same time? Yes. And those men all had women. And so God couldn't choose this man to go on that mission unless he gave him the perfect partner for that mission. And so that's when I say these two souls meet up. Yes. Then the mission is able to be accomplished. 19 keys.
So that was from a man talking. That's what I was trying to say. And
okay.
Basically, it's just all he's saying basically is you can't take away from a woman what she does for a man. But we're gonna keep. If you want to respond, then I'll let it go.
Thank you. Woo, yes, I have to respond. Okay, I don't disagree with anything that brother's saying, but y'all are mixing my words once again. So we gotta rewind it. We gotta backtrack. Okay, let's clear this up. Jay-Z came into rap 100 grand strong. He told you that. He was platinum before getting with Beyonce. He already had money. You got to be a made man, a king first, because a woman does not make a king, but a man can make a peasant into a queen.
For sure.
That man can put that sauce on her, and if Aaliyah was still alive, Jay-Z would have did the same thing he would have did for Beyonce. If Jay-Z left Beyonce right now, he could get a woman, any singer, and put her up on that pedestal. But Beyonce can't do that for another man, because a man he got to go through some shit. Like what I just went through with my divorce, I had to, that 100 grand, me beat my chest, do. I started looking at God and just thinking I was God. And God came with that whip and humbled me, knocked me to my knees. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, okay. You think you better than me? Oh, okay. Bam, humble me. So now I look at life different. I don't chase all of that. Remember, again, most people won't understand. I come from a bad area, Racine, Wisconsin. It's the second worst city for Black people. It's the second worst city in America for Black people as far as jobs, growth. It's bad here. But at the end of the day, what I did at my age was crazy. I bought me a $45,000 truck, Ford Expedition at 30. It may not be the best or the highest to most people, but for a Black man, 33 years old, did not have a criminal record, none of that, to go through what I went through to be 400 pounds. I'm telling you, my story crazy. But I ain't gonna keep going though.
The emails.
We definitely we gotta stay true to our show. But I will say this: you said out your own mouth that a woman can't make a man a king, but a king can make a peasant into a queen. That's what you said, right?
Yes, ma'am. I stand on it.
Okay, you know Barack Obama was Michelle Obama.
Before we get into that, we gotta cover this. A woman cannot make a man a king. She just can't. This is all that building the man. You cannot build a man.
Nope.
Oh, I don't want to build a man. You're not supposed to. You're supposed to build with him.
Yes.
You don't come along and build no man. That's why you probably in the bad situations that y'all are in, because you're trying to build a man. You're trying to take some type of potential and make him into a man.
See him as,
right.
Not what he is.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with him having potential, but that's not having potential to be a man. He's already a man. He has potential for greatness. Yeah. So he's already on a good level. Now he has potential for greatness. That's when we talk about, okay, well, you could date him for potential. Y'all have this misconstrued. Y'all think dating for potential is taking someone that is a low on the totem pole and bringing him up to good. He not good. No. Bring him up to, he has the potential to be good. No. And they use that, oh, well, I got to build a man. Nobody is talking about bringing some buster up to good. No. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to get with the good man and be a helpmeet and help him get to greatness. That's sense. Building with him.
It's there you go. That's where I was going. Like you could date a man who has potential to be great, but you can't date somebody who has the potential to be a man. That's where you go wrong. If he ain't doing it right now, then he ain't on it. Now he could be man enough. He could be in a bad situation. He could be working at a downtrodden job, but his potential is to be great. Right. And that's what you're looking for. Not he potentially one day he'll be a man. That's ridiculous. And just like you just said, y'all got this confused. Building a man or building with a man. Those are two separate entities. Like you should want to build with a man. What he accomplishes, you should want to be on the ground floor. You should want to be down with it if you're trying to reap the benefits. You know what I mean? But what y'all do is y'all try to build a man. Or if I give him some of this magical cat, he'll get up off his ass and start doing something. That's not how that works. And what she's saying, what he said is right. A man of power, a king, regal, bloodline, amongst his peers, a king there. A queen, a woman can't make him a king. She could birth a king. She can't decide. The regality is from the paternal. The crown comes from it's passed down. That type of shit. She can't actually make him anything if he's not that already. But a king, anybody he marries would be the queen. Any woman he puts in that position would be a queen. She could have been a peasant. She could have been from another noble house. She could be dishwasher, anything. Like it's the position that the man is going to put her in. And in today's time, if we're not talking about castles and medieval, day, it would be a marriage. I have to ask you to marry me. I have to propose marriage to make you my queen. You don't just decide we're married and I'm the queen now. That's not how that works. Y'all don't propose either. That's another anomaly. Women proposing to men. Like, come on, y'all. Let's we gotta walk this back. But she's gonna dive out a little further.
Yeah, so, here we about to go off the deep end. We about to hit it. Like
Obama's intern, and is on record saying he would never be president if he didn't marry her. So what do you think about that statement then?
Well, that's a horrible match. Okay, well, it's a horrible matchup because Barack Obama is not the best of men like people think he is. He's a plant. So
he's the president. He was the first Black president of the United States.
Well,
so
for one, Obama's not Black. He wasn't raised in the hood. He does not know the struggle of the average Black man or woman.
Okay, hold on real quick. So wait, I'm gonna let you finish, but are you saying in order to be Black, you have to be raised in the hood?
Yes, you have to know the struggle of Black people.
Okay, let me say something right quick. Lord, you do not have to be raised in the hood to be Black. We all know the struggle. We got Black skin. They all, when they see us, they see Black. No matter if you came from the country, the hood, the city, the suburb, they don't care where you came from. So you gonna go through the struggle just being a Black person. So we're not gonna sit here and say just because he didn't come from the hood. To give you a little background, this brother said he's from like one of the most dangerous cities in America. So that might have helped your growth. It helped you in your Blackness. but I'm just as Black as you is just as Black. We don't. Kendra's a little questionable. I will put that out there. I'm still on the fence on her Blackness. Anyways, but I don't think you gotta come from the hood. We gotta stop that. You gotta be from the hood. You gotta be dodging gunshots and running from pit bulls to be Black.
I'm done. I mean, hell, it'll help your experience. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, you did it. There ain't nothing to be proud of.
But you don't have to do that. No. We're making that. See, we're normalizing that though. I mean, when we say
you're gonna speak on the hood, but Barack didn't speak on the hood. What did Barack? I don't remember Barack.
I ain't never heard him say nothing about no hood.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because he didn't come from the hood.
Exactly. I don't remember him purporting himself to say like he's speaking for the hood and he's for the trap. I don't remember that. And my thing with this whole Barack and Michelle thing, what do you expect him to say?
He gotta say that.
Wife. What is he gonna say? He's gonna say, I didn't need her or whatever. I could have married Bunquisha from up the street and she would have been Bunquifa Obama and we would have been all good. Like of course he's gonna say that. What else is he going to say?
That's a politically correct answer.
Oh my God, man.
So and then this whole Barack is not Black, just on he's half white, half Black. Okay, but his father is Black. I don't I ain't gonna go too far into that, but and then she thinks that him being Black, he was the first Black president, that makes him a great man. Now I have to disagree with that. I'm not saying he was horrible, but just her saying he was the first Black president, that makes him great. That
Trump
doesn't necessarily
he ain't all that great.
Like that doesn't necessarily make
equivalent. Yeah, that's not a barometer of a great man.
No
presidency. Bill Clinton was president too. I bet everybody thinks Bill Clinton is a piece of shit.
I will say this with Barack, it gave our community hope. Like I'm not trying to get political, but a lot of people say he didn't do that much for the Black community. And I think this is what this brother is on. But I'm just gonna say he gave us hope. And we felt like we was on the top of the world for those 8 years.
That's fair.
So that's really right. But, I respect him. Okay, but we're gonna continue.
I can't go with this, but I do feel
go ahead.
let me throw this caveat, and I've heard this said before, and it's true. We've never celebrated. See, this is the part of being black. See, we gotta share. We ain't never celebrate Barbara Bush the way we celebrated George Bush. So we have to give her equal share of the pie. Why can't we let Barack stand on his own? He's the president, not her. The first lady would have been the president's wife, no matter who that was. Okay, so let's stop the they co-president it and this
no.
These balls have been cut off. And if the further we get away from it, the more we celebrate Michelle. And I'm not saying she shouldn't be celebrated. Michelle seems like a phenomenal woman. I have nothing against this woman, nothing at all. And I'm saying I don't think it's anything of her doing, but I think it's us, our conscience, and our our feminist centric last 50 years that we've tricked ourselves into believe that she's just as important to the presidency as he was, just like what Kendra just said. And that's not true.
Because she was a black woman. She was that so important.
Great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, so what about Barbara? What about Nancy? What about I'm trying to think of another one. What about any of those women?
Yeah. Do you tell me?
First ladies, like
I don't. Only one was Miss Onassis.
Jackie, yes. Yeah, she had a star power about her.
Right. But that was more for her fashion sense. And why they never credited her for his presidency or him. That doesn't happen. It only happened with Barack. He's the only black president, and he's the only president that had to share his presidency with his wife.
Yep.
So come on now. Let's continue.
Have to know you have to know what our struggle is and the trauma. You got to know what our people went through. You got to just know. And you got to just know. Barack Obama ain't been born in no hood. They have no touch with us. That's why they can't connect to our community. People just vote Democrat because my mama told me to vote Democrat. But if you ask the average person, why are you voting for Democrat? Why are you voting for Joe Biden, knowing that Joe Biden got all our uncles in jail for writing that damn crime bill? All our uncles is still in jail for that crack bill and all that stuff that they wrote and them cages that they built in our community. And y'all still voting for these people. They are the modern KKK that still got us enslaved. And God has opened up our eyes. That's why he sent me.
He sent you?
Yes.
God sent you?
Yes.
Where the confirmation? Did he give a letter to confirm that he sent you for us? Where the
blasphemy.
Proof? God, where's the proof?
Blasphemy.
He said
blasphemous.
He said you sent him. I don't believe it. So is there a way? Is you got a recommendation, a letter we can see?
Well, I can just tell you this, Kendra. Look, Kendra, you know what? I ain't gonna go there with you, Kendra, because I really love you. But I'm gonna say it like this, Kendra. The way you mocking and your mouth and all of that is the same thing I was doing that. And I'm telling you, God doesn't like when anybody to look up to him and do what you just did. He does not like that. So I would tread lightly.
Well, baby, let me tell you something. How about, but here's the deal. Me and God good. Don't worry about me and God relationship. I talk to God like that all the time. And what I'm challenging is what you're saying he sent to you.
You ain't no supreme being. You ain't higher than nobody else, Kendra. Me and God got a good relationship.
I talk to him like that all the time. I talk to him like that all the time.
Oh my God.
Mockery of the Most High or something you believe in, you shouldn't do that. She has a very blasphemous approach to God. Like he gonna come down, like we gonna hear God on the recording and say, "Yeah, I ain't sent this fool." Like, what are you trying to accomplish? Like, if that's what he feel, or if that's what the spirit moves him to do, or whatever, I'm not here to challenge that. That's not my role to challenge what God told him. You're saying it like God, the person that he sent is gonna be, he gonna pass through. He got to pass through your screening. Like God gonna tell you that I sent whoever for whatever. You're not that cool. You're not in like that. I question if you even believe in God with all your oracles and psychics and this and this and that and that and this. So she's being very blasphemous with that. He's right. You should tread lightly. I agree with that. But
and one thing about God, he don't need your approval
for sure
to do anything.
For sure.
So he don't gotta consult you. He ain't gotta tell you and ask nightly, well, please, Kendra, yes, he's from me or he's not. I want to let him on the show, and he's supposed to do all these things. He ain't gotta tell you
screening.
Nothing.
You're not in his screening process, Kendra. You're not. And I think, and another thing, one more thing about Kendra, and she feels she's good with God, and she mentions God a lot of times when it's about her success and about how much money she's making and the things she's doing. You should thank God. Of course, you should be humble and have humility to your Creator, to the Most High. But she's got a false equivalency. You don't think, I'm not going to say this is happening, but this could be the case. You're prospering and you're being more publicly out there, and you're steady mocking God. You steady dealing with these oracles. He might be setting you up for a bigger fall than would have been without your show and all that. Per se, you get your big head and you're out here and think you the soul. It's all revolves around you, and you can determine this and that. You playing God. Now, if he strip you of all this, it's going to be public. It's going to be that much more intense, and it's going to be that much bigger of a fall. So yeah, it's like he letting you get your rocks off. Yeah, keep talking, keep going while building you up and setting you up for a bigger fall. She should humble herself. You ain't got to be, I know the feminism, you ain't going to humble yourself to no man because you're a feminist. But if you believe in something, you believe in the Most High, he put you in a position, sis, you need to humble yourself. Because all that extra you be doing, it's not going to work.
And we're not supposed to be boasting about our own accomplishments and things like that. We supposed to let others boast for us. So you should have a humble spirit about you. And you're right, feminism, it will not allow women to be humble. It's just I just can't be beneath a man. But that's where you're not supposed to be above him.
Bingo. Side by side. This is the
and this is from the Creator. God said this. Like you're going to want to be above a man, and you're not going to be. That desire is going to be there. So you can want it all you want to. You not going to be above a man. So how about you humble yourself? It's okay it's okay being humble. That doesn't take away of anything you've done.
Gotta be humble.
But you gotta be humble. Like all that pride and haughty spirit and stuff, that's not good. It's not. And nobody sees that. Only these modern women think that that's good to walk around with their chest all out. What woman walks around with their chest all out?
Beating her chest. Again, let's go back, right? Let's peel this back a little bit. Kendra will tell you in a second how she's not reliable. She's just a dating host, and I just host a show. Why does she have to give men? This went on for an hour. This was an hour segment of a Kendra Live. Why does she feel she needed to keep going back and forth with this brother? She felt the need to humble him.
Yes.
Not she won't take no humility, but she's the one to do the humbling. It's insane.
That's a lot of things with modern women. Like they seek to humble men. Like this is what her whole I think this is one of the premise of her show is to get the very few men that come on the show. She wants to humble them. She want to show. She gonna get into it later, but this is a woman show and all of that. That's gonna be coming up right in a few minutes. But I really believe that that's what she want to do. That's that modern woman. Like you just cannot be beneath a man. You cannot, that rebellious spirit in you. Like And you know what? This is women in general. Women, not necessarily that every woman got a rebellious spirit, but you're going to want to be above a man, and you can't. So that's why you have to submit. That's why you have to be submissive. That's why it's so hard. You're gonna have to actively submit.
Suppress that. Yeah,
Right.
You gotta put that to the side.
Right. So it's not gonna come easy just to be submissive. You're gonna have to actively suppress that.
Wow.
You can go to the Bible and and read about this. This is the creation story where it talks about this.
Wow.
So let's continue.
So I have the right to disagree with that. And I have the right to say, God, can you prove us to us? Because we are kind of confused on that. But listen, we're going to stay focused. What I've learned is we're going to disagree on a lot of things, but that's fine because you're not here for me. You're here for this platform that I created, a woman. Can you imagine a woman? If you meet somebody, you have to give the woman the credit for creating a platform that will help you find your wife.
Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep doing that though? I don't understand.
Because I can, because it's my show by a woman. I'm just saying the fact.
But that's bad faith.
The fact shouldn't bother you. So let's continue.
That's not a fact though.
It is a fact. You would a woman. You're on a platform that a woman created. Yes. You can.
I never argued that. I love women. I love my mama.
And I'm just saying it out loud. That's all. I'm just reminding you that a woman is a part of you potentially finding.
But that goes into you beating your chest. Oh, I'm a woman. I created this. All right, Kendra. All right. That's beating.
Why is it when you talk about your credentials, it's fine? All I'm doing is just saying a simple thing, like a factual thing at that. That shouldn't even bother you. It's not even debatable.
It didn't bother me so much so that I told you I love you because your show saved my life. So if that doesn't tell you how humble and what type of man I am, I don't know what else will, Kendra.
Well, that's what I would say. I think you come across to me, but again, it doesn't matter, as a chauvinist, and you're one of those men that feels, I don't know, you can correct me if I'm wrong. The energy I'm receiving is a man, a woman needs a man, but a man doesn't necessarily need a woman. Is that fair to say? Or am I wrong?
You're not wrong. I just think you got to clean it up a bit. Men don't need women for survival, but we do need them to reproduce. But a woman does need a man for survival. She does, because what would a woman do if a man's attacking her on the street and she doesn't have a gun? I'll ask you that.
What would a man do if a man's attacked him on the street? He don't have a gun.
A man has a
just like a parrot, like just repeating.
Oh, what are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I can't answer the question. I'm gonna repeat it back to you. Oh my gosh, she has no idea what a woman would do on the street. You're probably gonna start screaming, duh, or you just can't. Here, take my purse, robber. I don't want to get hurt.
This ain't no goddamn movie where you gonna flip over 250-pound robbers and
right.
It's not gonna happen.
And all your little karate classes and stuff that you took, like
Taibo,
right. That may not work. Your little self-defense classes.
Come on.
He's right. A man does have a better chance.
We have a better chance of survival. This has been proven. We've seen Bear Grylls. We've seen all these shows where you put all the women together, put them on one side of the island, they got to get back. Put all the men on one side of the island. We've seen it so many times. See, again, feminism blinds your common sense. What you know better in your mind, your feminism have you do something stupid. We're like this conversation that's been going around about the WNBA, Women's Basketball League champions, would get smoked by the high school champions, the top high school champions. Why? Bigger, faster, stronger. It's just the truth. The female boxer, Clarissa Shields, great boxer, great female boxer. She will get her head took off if she fought some men. She barely knocking out the women. So yeah, she's good there, but the feminism is telling her she could beat a world champion this is ridiculous.
That's wild.
It's not gonna happen. It's not happening. So yeah, there is a part of that. Again, what the brother said, what I've been saying, if you watch the videos in real life, it's not 1-to-1. We can't compare them to that. It's not going to work. You're not tough. You're 125 pounds, titties included. You're going to get your ass whooped. If you get into a confrontation, you're going to lose. That's it. You how much money you make and all of that. Like I said, it doesn't hit the same. Like you're not going to be able to compete with men on certain things. So all this bravado and this beating of your chest. This is my show. I made it's gonna get you in trouble in the long run. That's it. Like you cannot compete physically against men. If all the men went to whooping on all the women and there was no men to protect you, we would just wipe out all the women. That's it. Like it would just be that. If no men stepped up to protect you, the men would just run straight over y'all. We're stronger, bigger. The teenage boys, Kendra couldn't beat a 15-year-old in a physical competition. 15 years old, he would whoop Kendra's ass. So she's 45. What are we talking about here? Like, and so at what point are we even? When you're 12 and the girl is 12 and the boy is 12, you might have an equal shot. He's puny. He hasn't got his physicality. Yeah, but once that happens, that's it.
I think we're probably equal until we hit puberty.
There it is.
You could see a little girl, she might be able to push the little boy down or whatever.
Sure.
And fight back and things like that. But once he hit puberty, you're not going to do that.
It's over.
You can't do that. Like,
so please.
And why is it something so wrong with us being different? Like we're equal, but we're not even.
Nope.
It's okay. That's the way the Creator made us.
Exactly. We are.
So we got a problem with how He made us.
More blasphemy from Kendra. This is how your Creator. You believe in God. I don't know what God this is. Might be one of them lower tier gods. I don't know what God you're claiming to be, but this is how. I
don't get that. This is how we were made. Like, just accept that this is who. Being a woman, this is what I can't do what men do, but I can do things that men can't do.
Obviously.
So how about I celebrate my womanhood by embracing what naturally comes to me in my natural role, in my femininity.
That's profound. That's quite profound.
Just being a woman.
Yeah.
Why do I have to be to be more of a woman? That don't make no type of sense. And nobody's going to be able to convince me that makes some type of sense, because it doesn't.
Say that one more time, Queen, for the people in the back.
I do not have to be like a man to be more of a woman.
That's feminism.
This is feminism in a nutshell. I got to compete with you and be able to tackle you and outlift you and outperform you, out-provide. And I don't want to do all that. I'm not in competition with you.
Rest in your femininity and let Big Daddy handle that. How about that?
I'm here to be a helpmeet. So I'll support you. I'll run in that support package on Call of Duty.
Perfect.
I got extra ammo.
There you go.
And shields and all of that.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Right.
Man, this went left. This is why we did this video. Soon we'll be wrapping it up. I know we went a little long, but this might be considered a deep dive. We have a staunch, stomp down, 10 toes feminist versus a red pill zealot. And I think as I'm listening to the brother the second time, he's on base, but he's way off base with a few things too.
Right.
But the clash, the red pill zealot and the feminist modern 2025 edition feminism is clashing. And it just It just collided, and we just got so many nuggets out of this. And we had to bring this to the platform and, you know, let you guys chop it up. I don't know if you caught this interaction, but this was a special one right here. This was good.
The feminism, I can't stand it. I can't stand feminism. Like there's a few things that it did right for us as women, but it's a lot of things that it did wrong. Like it really messed up the family structure and the black society. Like it really messed us up when we hopped on this feminism train. I can't stand it.
For sure. For sure.
Better chance of surviving than a woman. But my point is, a man could work and stay in the house and pay his bills and all of that if the world ended. But if the electric grid or anything, see, people, they only look at in the modern time, oh, we got police security. But if the electric grid went out, what would most women do that don't have protection or a man? What would they do?
If the electric, okay, so they're talking about the strength of a man, right? Of strength right now, correct? That's what we're talking about.
I'm saying
physically, woman would need a man. Is that what you're saying, right?
What will the average woman do if she does not have a gun and a man's trying to take the money out of her wallet? What is that woman going to do?
Well, she would try to save her life. That's what she would try to do. I think what anybody would try to do.
But
I will say this, you know that men are killed by men every single day. We hear more about that type of violence. You know, so Kendra, I'm not negating what you're saying.
I'm gonna clean it up, Kendra, just because I'm.
So we're gonna end it right here. She sounds like the lighter color folks that say, well, black right. It don't matter because there's police brutality. Y'all kill each other every day. The men killing men.
There is. Yeah, men physical violence. We do bring that. But that's what it is.
But there is a lot of gun-toting women out here that's doing a lot of violence today. Like,
they're catching up.
A lot. They starting to catch up. These masculine gun-toting, pistol whipping, whatever y'all be on. It's like the wild, wild west out here.
Definitely. They'll pistol you. They'll draw down on you in a second.
Right. She probably can go toe-to-toe with the robber.
Yeah, she got a big
robber pirate. The robber pirate run off when he see her.
Got a big pistol.
But for a normal average woman that ain't carrying pistols like that, you just gonna hand him your purse and say, please let me. I got kids. You know, don't kill me. Please don't kill me. You know,
what you gonna do? You gonna give it up smooth. That's what you're gonna do.
Right.
You should do.
Put up a fight.
Try to put up a big fight and all that. Just you'll be all right. Just money. Y'all take y'all money that serious. If he roll down on you with a pistol and he wants your money, give him the money. Y'all got money,
right?
You gonna die defending your little couple dollars in that cheap ass bag you got. Stop, man. Let's stop.
You got people that love you. Go home.
Right, there you go. Go home if you make it home to your people. That's all. Right. Give them the money. You could make more. It's all good. It happens. The dude's the same thing. If a dude draw down on you, ain't got your pistol, give him the money. It's all good. It's just money. You can get it back. Money of your life. You want your life. But again, like the feminism that I saw and I think that you highlighted, I just think that feminism started out as representation. You wanted to see women in certain boards and judges, and we've got to that. We're past that.
We're way past that.
This type of feminism to where now you think you can handle men and whoop some ass and all that. Y'all need let's bring this back. We need to peel this back some. And it blinds you to certain factors. Kendra's whole retort to this brother was just steeped in feminism. She didn't even take the points that he's saying, even the facts. You've been around this long, you know the facts. Like we stated the facts about Jay-Z, Beyonce, Michelle, whatever. Like, this is something that shouldn't even be a fight. We know the facts. Like, this shouldn't be an issue. We know Jay-Z was established. Jay-Z's older. Jay-Z's been around longer. So to say that he wouldn't be what he was without her, like I said earlier, she wouldn't be with Jay-Z if he wasn't Jay-Z. Period. Point blank, period. So we can science that however you want. Did she see potential? No, she didn't see potential. Jay-Z was Jay-Z.
Right.
He wasn't potentially going to be Jay-Z. No, he was Jay-Z. And she wouldn't be
already
around all them nose and lips if he wasn't Jay-Z, the artist. So let's stop, man. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up here. We can cut it. We ran a little long, but this was a very, very good deep dive. And it was just a clash. It was worlds collide, staunch 10 toes down feminist and a red pill zealot. And it was beautiful. It doesn't get any better than this in a natural setting. Kendra beat her chest and listed her accomplishments like a feminist would. What do you expect? This is where we at with it. Go ahead, Queen.
One last thing. I think the Godfather is smiling down.
Yeah, definitely. Still undefeated to this day.
Still undefeated.
To this day.
He is still undefeated. Like,
man,
she's still on this. It was, what was it, 3-4 years ago when she spoke to him and he was trying to combat, going against her feminism.
Tried to tell her then.
He tried to tell her then, and she's still on it. Y'all keep saying that she the female Kevin Samuels and all of that. Y'all need to stop lying. Stop saying that, because she's a feminist. She's a staunch feminist.
10 toes down. 10 toes down.
She deeply rooted in it. You got to look at her father. Her father raised her and birthed her into this.
Steeped.
This is where she got it from. So
she's steeped in feminism, and it clouds your judgment, and it makes it leaves you putting yourself in a situation that you shouldn't even be in. Now you talking about you fighting for your life and all that. You should without hesitation avoid those masculine encounters like that. Not say, oh, I would do what you would do. No, say I don't want to be in that situation. So that's what femininity, not feminism. Femininity leaves you outside of that shit. I don't want my purse taken. I don't want to have to fight and do the kumite with two motherfuckers about a coach bag.
I want to be protected.
Thank you. There, bingo. Need I say more? Need I say more? This is the same thing you chasing. That road you on is getting you into problems. Why do dudes want to go upside your head? Why are you getting spit at? Why are you getting slapped and all that? Because look at your responses and the way you think about it. You are not the physical equal of a man. Put that out your mind. Certain things, men aren't y'all equal in. We got to put that out our mind. We're not going to try to embrace our femininity to prove that we're men. I'm this feminine. That makes it. This is insane. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. You heard what we think. You heard what Kendra thinks. We heard what this brother thinks. We want to know what you think. So please jump down in the comments. Leave it there. You know, we all favor of free thought. 360-degree thinkers on this platform. We love to hear it. We love to have you here. You could leave a like on your way out. Sub up if you so choose to. The platform is growing. We got some great things coming up. And we'll be back with you real soon with some more Kendra G foolishness on the next one. Y'all have a good night. Be safe.